Biden had stopped short of using that term until now.
President Biden on Tuesday said Russia's war in Ukraine amounts to genocide, accusing President Vladimir Putin of trying to wipe out the idea of even being a Ukrainian. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki says Biden's remarks come as it becomes more clear of what's happening in Ukraine.
He was speaking to what he feels we see on the ground. But regardless of what you call it, what our objective now is evidenced by the enormous package of military assistance we put out today, is continue to help and assist the Ukrainians in this war, and one where we see atrocities happening every single day.
President Biden announced an additional $800 million in military assistance to Ukraine as Russia shifts its military operation to the eastern part of the country. Windsor Johnston, NPR News, Washington.
Authorities have taken into custody the man accused in the shooting of 10 people aboard a Brooklyn subway yesterday. At a press briefing today, the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of New York announcing authorities are charging 62-year-old Frank R. James with a federal terrorism offense. James was taken into custody in Manhattan's East Village neighborhood after reportedly calling a tip line himself. James is accused of firing 33 rounds aboard the crowded subway car. All the victims are expected to survive. There's no indication James had any ties to any terror groups, but the charge applies to violent attacks on mass transit systems.
Was he a Trumper?
The Justice Department has reached a partial settlement with a group of racial justice protesters who were demonstrating at Lafayette Square near the White House 2 years ago. NPR's Carrie Johnson reports police used chemical sprays and rubber bullets to disperse the crowd.
The Biden administration has agreed to change practices by the Park Police and Secret Service as part of the deal. Police will now ensure demonstrators can be evacuated safely and will provide warnings before moving a crowd. They'll also wear visible ID badges. The Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights Under Law says the police action against people protesting the death of George Floyd was an appalling and unnecessary display of force. The cases aren't over. The plaintiffs will continue to pursue damages against former Attorney General Bill Barr and a Park Police incident commander on the scene near the White House in June 2020. Carrie Johnson, NPR News, Washington.
The Biden administration says it is extending the nationwide mask mandate on public transport through May 3rd. Federal public health experts say the additional time is needed to monitor recent upticks in COVID-19 cases. The current order had been set to expire next week, but the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention announced the latest extension today. Stocks gained ground on Wall Street today. The Dow's up 344 points. The Nasdaq rose